Hey everyone, this podcast is for entertainment purposes only. Although I am a licensed clinician, I'm also just a person. I love to be able to be in my real life and speak from that point. And that's where this podcast is coming from. So enjoy.
Searching for truth, looking for answers. There must be a way to another day.
Are we live?
We are live.
What's up, everybody? It's Alyea.
And Joe.
Hey, we are actually on our 40th episode today.
Yeah, to see that calls for a
Yeah.
number
Big
40.
40.
Yeah, I
Who
mean,
was the character that did like Babaruski? Booba? Always did like every word that came out of his mouth was like wait, that was like from like an Adam Sandler movie, I feel like. Big Babaruski, the big man, whoever's listening to this knows what the hell I'm talking about. And then when you do, you need to just DM me and let me know where that's from, because a character in a movie always did that.
I have no idea.
Like
what
spoke
you're
like
talking
that. Anyway, so
about. I'm fucking with this camera, sorry.
happy 40th.
40th, and it's also Easter.
Oh, look at that.
Happy Easter, everybody.
Happy Easter Sunday.
Yeah.
Nothing like some tea.
So 40th, we've been doing this for about a year and a half now.
We've been, really,
Yeah.
I feel like it's more than a year, but
A year and a half.
okay.
It's more than a year.
I guess that's more than a year.
And
Right.
yeah, it's been interesting. You know, we just want to keep putting out stuff. And I don't know. I don't even know what I'm saying right now, but I thought we'd
Highlight the 40th.
go through the highlights of all the episodes that I can't see because we're
My favorite,
recording them.
actually, yeah, like my favorite episode. Oh man, it's my favorite episode. There's so many good ones, but
Pull them up on the phone. You can see.
oh, that's
the
right.
podcast.
That's right.
I mean, sorry, Apple Podcast.
Apple. That's right, because we're on Apple Podcast. Just to highlight that. How come? All right. Where's my podcast?
So weird. She's got like all the things that she uses all the time are not apps like directly on her first page.
That's
They're
solely
like-
because Soul actually deletes them off, and then I don't know how to get them back on.
She has to search for like Instagram before she goes to Instagram.
It's so annoying. Okay, see all. Let's see. Man, let's look at this. And that's a lot.
We
Okay.
got some serious content here.
So, my favorite episodes. I'm going to do top 5. My top 5.
All right.
And then you could do your top 5, okay? Top 5 favorite episode. Number 1, Not a Trump Supporter. Our very first episode.
Oh, that one still is up there.
I
On,
love that episode. I love that whole entire thing. Trump gave us so much to fucking
yeah, man.
talk about.
You know what? He's coming back. He's gonna run again, and we're gonna be on it again. It's
He
gonna be great.
literally gave us so much to talk about. Man, it was great. So that's like one of my favorites. My second one, I do like the shit show episode.
I don't remember what that was.
That was when I was talking about. So we
You
talk
remember?
about.
I don't even remember
Yeah.
all these.
Well, so because it says right here, so we talk about the impeachment, and then we talk about. Is this where we talk about? Oh no! I don't like the shit show. Sorry, I like Not a Trump Supporter, and I like Butt Stuff episode.
Oh yeah, that was actually one that got a lot of.
That got a lot of like comments on it
yeah.
because people were like, "Oh my god, no one, especially females, never really talk about like having
intestinal
IBS or like gastro issues or anything like that, and all the messy stuff that comes with that." And we just like said it all, and we got some hits on that. So that was one of my second favorite. Let's see. Man, the Black Panthers was actually one of my favorite episodes because I was mind blown after I saw.
You are a Black Panther.
When I saw that movie, Judas and the Black Messiah, which is amazing, and people need to go see it if you haven't, and figured out that my husband, who is Korean with a little bit of white,
I'm half white. She never thinks she just thinks I'm like Korean. Literally half of my family is white. Actually, all of my every family member except for my mom, is white. You don't even know any of my Korean, but I'm Korean, right? This is why I stand up for the white people too. You know, there's not enough people support the white people, so
there's not enough people supporting the white people. It's a whole fucking. Are you kidding?
Everybody,
that was the most ridiculous.
Listen, everybody and their sisters shits on white people all the time now. White people shit on white people. They're just like, oh, I don't deserve fucking to be in the graces of black people or something like that. So I like to stand up.
Why don't you stand up for also your Asian side?
I stand up for them too. I made a whole video. That was one of my most favorite podcasts when that whole Korean thing was going, or the Asian thing was going down, when everybody thought that, you know, the pandemic came from China instead of a lab, which has been proven true.
I mean, it's not that I'm discrediting your Caucasian side by any means. But when I look at you, I just see a sexy Korean man in front of me. That's all I see. A sexy Korean man.
Added the sexy part to make it not racist. Make it not sound racist.
I gotta tell you though, ever since I got with you, I'm like really into Koreans.
Well, that's good.
They are so sexy. There's so many sexy Koreans.
There's a lot of new Korean actors and stuff too.
Oh my God, there's Korean models now. They're like,
well, you know, I was a Korean model.
Yes.
Before meeting.
I know that you were. So the Black Panthers, another fave. Okay, that's my second one. No, my third one. Let's see. You know what? I love the live from Tulum. That was a fun one.
Yeah.
I like the Tulum one we talked about.
I mean, we're in good vibes there.
Yeah, good vibes. That was great. Let's see. The Man, the Myth, the Melton, part 1 and part 2. That was a long one, and it was really serious and got really uncomfortable, but I would say that's one of my top.
That's probably one of my favorites.
4, okay, let's see. And then 5, let's see.
God, I got to look back through these. I've never even looked at all these.
Happy 7, what? Babies in dive bars? Oh, because we went to a dive bar.
With the baby.
With the baby. I do maybe the ignorance versus knowledge I kind of liked also. I'll put that one up there.
There's always the Mad Love.
With Mad Love. Yeah. Truth is trending. Okay, yeah, those are mine.
You know, I like all of them.
I mean, I love all of them, but like those are like probably my top, you know.
Let me look through here real quick. Oh, the weed hiatus. That was the first time I had smoked weed in like multiple years or something like that.
I'm actually this is the first time that I'm seeing. I haven't really actually seen like the titles that you've given them. I don't really look.
Really?
Yeah. So, except for like the first season. The first season I really. But second season I dropped off a little bit.
Oh yeah, second season premiere.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've been debating on whether we want to start a new season. The seasons are just like we just did that because we were like moving in.
Yeah, no, right. Like by no means did we not have this like intentionally planned. Like we were literally moving and we just like took a break because we had so much going on for like months. And so I just was like, well, podcasts have seasons. So we were off. We were off for a season.
Yeah, maybe we'll take another season.
I would like to. I would like to take another season. I'd like to go and actually in the meantime, while we're off on our season, maybe that can allow you to put more effort into your other project that you have going on.
Maybe.
You know?
We could start that up, yeah.
So then when we come back-
David and I are actually starting that, I believe, this week.
Oh wow.
But I don't know if the podcast probably won't be out till next week, so I'll probably talk about it more on the next podcast. But yeah, this is the new podcast. It's called The Frequency Project. That's what we called it. And I believe it's just going to be on like YouTube and possibly like, I guess Facebook has a live. And I don't know if we're going to do Instagram or not. It's kind of more of a YouTube-y thing.
Yeah, totally YouTube. It'll really fit right in there.
Yeah, because we're basically
all
just
those YouTubers
talking about, the frequencies. And healing through frequencies.
And the Healy, which you guys will learn more about.
The Healy device, yes.
So those are my top.
All right, I mean, I can't pick any. I can't pick them.
Oh, the fear Trump again and transgenders in the UFC. That was actually, I liked that one.
Yeah,
too.
there was a lot of fear going on. Yeah, see how this like kind of goes with like culture too. Like
of
we're
course,
like during the
everything has to do with what's going on. Yeah,
the beginning of the pandemic,
vaccines and racism.
Still,
I have to listen to that one again. Interesting. So just to maybe kind of like follow up with our extremely active, important lives that we're living here.
What's that?
I got a dental cleaning the other day. I got a dental cleaning and that was amazing. You guys, out of 40 years, all right, I'm 40, right? This whole time, like, I'm sure when I was younger, I'm sure like a hygienist or someone taught me how to like really floss or something, or like, I don't know, maybe in health class or whatever. But like, I don't really remember. This dental hygienist that I went to the other day to get my amazing cleaning from literally blew my mind. And she made me so excited about taking care of my teeth like I've never been before, like on a whole other level. I mean, she was amazing. Her name is Sue. Shout out to Sue from Gooding Dental. She's a part of the hygienists, and Gooding Dental is an amazing practice here in the Rhode Island area.
Where the guy, he even gives you a skin cancer screening.
Right, while you're there.
For the dentist, at the dentist. They did a whole like Invisalign thing for me, free. Basically, you just do this. They put all this stuff in your face, and they scan and take pictures and stuff, and then it goes out, and then they come back, and they got this whole 3D freaking thing, and they go over it with you for like a half hour, just talking to you about your teeth and how they could look and what you got to do. And they're just like, you don't have to do this. I'm just showing you. We're not making any money on this. If you want to do it, you can do it.
But
if
I'll
you don't
do it.
want to, then you don't do it.
They're great. So it's a father and daughter duo. And
he's about to be retired too. Like I think like next year. Yeah, he's really pushing this off on his daughter, and his daughter's amazing.
No, she's great. So anyway, I did that. I walked out of there feeling like I didn't realize how heavy I felt prior to the teeth cleaning. So like I felt like after she did everything, I walked out feeling like a little lighter. I did. It was amazing. I was like, huh, like I feel
weight
and
has
then
been
like
taken out of your
honestly,
mouth.
and then like as I was like breathing air in, like I felt the air and the
Go
wind
through your
really
teeth,
going
right?
through like all of my teeth. And I was like, oh my God, it was amazing. Like plaque, just to let you guys know, builds up every like 20 minutes. Every 20 minutes. Build up.
Yeah.
Build up. So
you're supposed to be flossing your teeth.
You're supposed to be flossing and brushing like after every friggin' thing you eat, you know?
It's crazy.
It's so high maintenance.
I've been going there for like the past month and a half or so, right? And I got this whole deep cleaning and stuff. And so ever since then, every night I'm sitting there for a fucking half hour, flossing my teeth, doing all this shit, brushing, fucking cleaning the mouth guard, just washing my shit out with fucking salt and whatever.
Yeah.
It's every fucking night. It's so annoying.
It's a whole process.
I mean, I already take like long ass showers, so like If I say I'm going to go get ready for bed, it's like an hour. It's about an hour.
Yeah. Speaking of showers, I would like to do a poll. I don't know how. Maybe people can just like also DM.
Yeah.
You know, but I want to do a poll. Showering in the morning when you wake up versus showering at night before you go to bed. I want to know how many people do either one of those.
Yeah.
That's a torn thing here in this house. Nighttime, daytime. And so, but then you look at me like I'm gross because...
Because how
but
do you...
then I look at you like you're gross because I'm like, how can you even get your whole day started and be like in society and in the day without having showered for a full day?
You just showered before you went to bed and did zero activity all night long. You just laid there, right?
I don't know.
Unless you're in like some like sweaty ass fucking room, which I've done this. Like if I got like really hot one night or sweaty or whatever, then I'll take a shower in the morning before I do whatever. But it's about, for me, it's about cleanliness and not so much about like waking up and refreshed or whatever. Like I'll wake up and fucking just get out of bed and go do shit. Like that's and it's also about efficiency for me too, because in the morning you got not a lot of time to do shit. So like if I take the shower out of it, that's fucking 20 minutes gone. I can do things now faster. At nighttime, I got plenty of fucking time. Nobody's fucking calling me at like fucking 11 o'clock at night or whatever. So I'm just taking a shower then.
Yeah,
Efficiency.
I mean, I understand. It's not like I don't understand where you're coming from with the shower thing. It makes sense to me. For me, I'm a morning person. I'm a daytime person. I tap out at like, 6 o'clock. It's off, and now it's like, don't try and talk to me about anything that's serious or anything. I just want to like, right? So taking a shower at night is probably going to be like a chore that I would have to do, because at that point, all I want to do is just literally nothing. Like, right? So when I wake up in the morning, I need to feel jazzed. I need to feel excited. I need to feel like I'm getting my day going. So, when that happens, I'm able to kind of like, now I feel like my aura is good and like my chakras and just everything feels good after I take a shower and I start my day.
Listen, yeah, I agree. Shower feels great afterward. But did you know that actually a hot shower actually makes you less energized, and technically it makes you more sleepy. Plus the fluoride in the water also doesn't help either. But the heated water is actually relaxing, not so much energizing. Like
so
if you want to get energized, you take a cold shower.
So I can see how that definitely would work for me in that way if I was still living in Florida, because showers were always the same, meaning like,
yeah, like
because the temperature outside, right? But here,
I think about that every time I get in the shower.
It doesn't matter. Like I take a fucking shower. It doesn't matter whether it's friggin' summer or fucking. I get out the shower and I'm like, ugh, I'm freezing. Like in Florida, I'm like, I can get out the shower and just like walk around naked.
It's like the same temperature.
You
just go in the shower, you just and you get out, and
right.
It's like, yeah. I think about that every time I get in the shower. I'm like, man. Used to just not care after, but now it's like you get out of the shower and
I dread
it. Yeah, I stay in the shower longer.
I dread it. I actually do dread it. Yeah. It's like a serious mental preparation.
I mean, summer's coming now, so then we'll be back to that.
Oh, 2 months.
For a couple months. But.
Yeah, exciting.
But yeah, I mean, so what are you trying to say? Like you want, like, what if it comes back and everybody is like, yeah, shower at nighttime if you want to be efficient and clean and whatever.
I'm gonna still shower in the morning.
Oh, you just want to know?
I just want to know. Yeah. I mean,
what if it's like the majority of people? Then you're just like, well, I guess I'm just not in the majority.
Guess I'm not right. I mean, I've had the same routine since I was a young thing.
How much of it do you think is a habit, though?
Well, I am a routine person, so.
Because I could take a shower in the morning, but to me it just logically doesn't make sense. Because if I'm doing shit all day long, like physically doing shit, go in the gym, whatever.
The only time that I can do that and not feel like my day is thrown off. This is about routine, right? is like when I'm on vacation, you know?
Yeah, then you.
So when I'm on vacay, I'm just like, whatever, because I'm like in a bathing suit for the whole entire time. Like during the day, I'm in the pool or whatever. And then at night is when like, or before dinner, I'll take a shower, you know? Like that's kind of like.
Or you do that if you like work out or something too. You'll take a shower.
Right. And in Florida, actually, in the summertime, I
Because
took
you're
like
sweating
2
all the fucking
showers.
time.
Yeah, I took like 2, 3 because I would take one in the morning and then have to take another one by like 3 o'clock. So.
All right. So, well,
But I'd like to know. So whoever hears this, shower in the morning versus a shower before you go to bed at night, I want to know the numbers. I want to know the percentage.
it's just illogical to take a shower in the morning, really. If you're trying to like get shit done, it's to me it's just I can't even think about it. I mean, to me, yeah, I guess we just feel the same but opposite. Like thinking about taking a shower in the morning is like I'm like wasting. It's like a fucking waste of time because I'm still gonna have to take a
Like-
shower at night after I get all sweaty all day long.
Like we have a toddler and I literally trained her to be okay with the fact that I take a shower in the morning. Like
right. She
like-
waits.
Yeah, I'm like
Our
I have to
daughter
take a shower,
waits
so you're
for
gonna
her to
have
take a
just-
shower,
right?
As opposed to just
You're gonna have to
waking
wait
up
and
and
relax.
going.
Yeah,
Which I guess is good. It's like maybe teaching her some patience, right?
yeah, and then she goes in her room. I don't
Other people have
understand the
things-
parent like when parents tell me when they're like oh my god, like I haven't showered all day. Da, da, da. I'm like, why? Like I literally just like wake up, I do my eyebrow. Well, no, I take a shower, I do my eyebrows, put makeup on. Da, 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 da. It's a whole thing I got going on, and she's just in the room, just hanging out. How do you not have time?
Well, sometimes she's just hanging out. Most of the time, she's just hanging out. Sometimes
Sometimes she's annoying, and then I feel like rushed or whatever. But like,
yeah. So I just avoid that whole thing in general. You know?
well, I just trained her.
Yeah. Well, that's how it should be, right? Like a kid shouldn't be training
You're gonna
you
fit
to
into my damn
Yeah.
schedule. Okay?
Yeah, kids shouldn't be training you to wake up at like fucking 6 a.m. just because they want to get up. They don't fucking know any better.
Fuck that. Yesterday, I woke up at almost 8, which
Yeah.
is the latest, right? That we usually wake up.
Yeah, today we woke up kind of late, no?
Wait, today's Sunday. Yeah, today.
That was today. That was a few hours ago.
Woke up at almost 8, and now she's just hanging out, doing her thing, and it's like, that's great. Because we trained her to do that shit. Because it's like, I don't mind waking up early, I love waking up early. But like, so 7:30 is like my like latest usually. Like during the week, I like to be up by like 7. But on the weekends, I don't mind. I'll wake up at 7:30, but then I'll lay in bed until like 8. And then I'll go get her.
Yeah. And Sol will have been up since 6 in the morning. And she
6:47.
she just hangs out in her bed for like 2 hours.
Yeah.
And so we go
I
get her.
can't-
She's just singing to herself.
I
hanging
literally
out,
don't know
dancing.
what, like, I'd be so, like, when I talk to my girlfriends and they're like up at, like, the other day when I met up with everyone and they were like, okay, we're going to meet up at so-and-so's house at 9 a.m., right? And that's a weekend. And on weekends, I take a little longer, like, to, take my time on the weekends.
I'm sure you were late.
And, right, but what I was thinking was I was like, oh my God, 9 a.m. on, like, a Saturday? I was like, man, everyone's like up and at 'em. Like they are like they probably had their day going since like I don't know 6 a.m. And I'm like laying in bed at 7:30, 8, just texting like or just emailing like while my kids just another kid. Yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah. And also, I'm really like being in the moment every morning because I know once we put her in a regular bed, that's all changing. She's going to be running in our room.
Listen, I don't
We're going
know
to have to create a whole new training
I don't know what's gonna happen,
thing.
but you guys will hear
like,
about it.
Don't bother mommy and daddy until 8 in the morning or something.
You guys will hear about it. And I think what's just going to happen is, I don't even know, actually. This is going to be a tough one. I'm fully convinced that one's going to be tough. So I don't know how we're going to work that one out.
I'll get some questions there, but
Unless she could just wake up, like she wakes up and then she wakes up and goes and plays.
well, that's what we're gonna have to
Teach her. When you
Yeah.
wake up, you go to your playroom, okay?
Wait for mommy and daddy.
Wait for mommy and daddy. We'll, like we're
Yeah.
almost there. I'll make sure her water's there and her. Before we go to bed,
Mm-hmm.
we make sure that in her playroom she's got her water and her snacks.
Yeah, and then she just goes in there
And
and
then
gets
she
it.
just goes in there and gets it because that's all she cares about in the morning.
She wants a little
She doesn't give a
breakfast
fuck
snack.
about us in the morning. She wants her snack when she
Well,
wakes
that's
up.
something you've trained her for too. You know,
So it's
she's
like
doing all the training, but it's like positive
as long
and
as
negative
she has
training.
her water and her snack,
Yeah.
we're good to go.
I mean, what snacks are you giving her in the morning anyway? Pretzels?
Give her the snacks that she asks for. I draw the lines with cookies. I don't give her any cookies.
Okay.
Cookies
She still
gets
eats,
in the
but
afternoon.
she still eats breakfast, full on breakfast. So
She eats full on breakfast. She's not missing that.
Drinks her smoothie. Like we're good to go. Yeah.
So whatever.
So she can have a couple pretzels. That's fine. Ah man.
So what do you want to get into?
Well,
What's this big thing that you wanted to talk about?
It wasn't that big, but I don't know. I was just thinking. Well, I was listening to Mike Tyson and Joe Rogan, right?
Fuck, I didn't listen to that one yet. I
I'm
did not
like
listen to that one
a
yet.
quarter of the way through, and they started talking about what was it, like apes and humans and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
I already hear that conversation in my mind.
Yeah,
Okay, go ahead.
they found some like freaking 6-foot apes in some fucking Congo or some shit.
And Mike Tyson most likely knows some fucking factual shit about that situation
Well-
that you're going to be like, hold, how did Mike even know? Mike Tyson knows the most fucking like
Hold up.
ridiculous
This-
factual shit. Like,
But yo, because he's on Joe Rogan, they're like real time fucking verifying shit. So there was one where he was like, "Did you know that there was like this Congo tribe of women that fucking like killed all the guys or something like that?" So Mike Tyson's saying this, right?
Right.
And then Joe Rogan's like, "Yeah, really? I heard that, but I thought it was like a myth." And he's like, Mike's like, "No, this is real life. This is real life." And then of course Jamie's like fucking instant like, "Yeah, Mike, no, it's like is no, oh no." And then he said the women were so savage. They were using bow and arrows that they cut off one of their breasts.
That's what Mike said.
Yeah, so to not be in the way when they're using their bow and arrow. So then Joe's like, he's like, well, because Joe hunts with bow and arrows professionally,
okay.
right?
Of course he
So
does.
Joe is like, well, I guess so, Mike. But I mean, if you're using the bow properly, your boobs actually don't even get in the way. You're up here, you know.
oh, that's right. That's where, it's up here.
Because you're aiming from your eye,
it's
so
not
your
down here,
elbow
yeah.
should be up, right?
I used to do actually archery.
What, in like
When I
freaking
was-
sixth grade?
When I was in summer camp.
Everything Alyea did was in sixth grade. Like, she's like, I used to be a philanthropist in sixth grade. Anyways, so then of course Jamie like instantly debunks the whole fucking thing, and it's like this myth. He pulls up this whole
What does
article.
Mike
and
say?
shit.
What does Mike say?
And Mike, he still keeps going. He's like, you never know. I mean, they were the
I
the
hear him.
technology and all
never
that stuff.
know.
That,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
anything
yeah.
can happen. Anything's possible, and he still like leaves
Anything.
it open.
I
you
know.
And
I'm sure he did.
and Joe's so great. He's like, okay, that's possible, and moves on to the next one.
Dude, honestly, for those of you who have not listened to Joe Rogan's podcast or Mike Tyson, because I love him too, man, I mean, I will say Joe Rogan is a phenomenal interviewer.
Yeah, he's a good listener.
I think he's a great listener, great interviewer. He's like on it.
It's not even really like an interview. He's just
No, he's just shooting the shit with you, really, yeah. And then Mike is just, again, it's just the shit that comes out of this guy's mouth. Like
Yeah.
that right there.
He thinks deep.
That
about,
they were
like,
that the bow was cutting off the tit as it was, like just that. Like that's like
because Joe's like, that's a freaking savage ass squad. They're all cutting their boobs off to go freaking
that's serious.
like kill animals and shit.
Right, that's serious.
Yeah. But then, well, yeah, that's what Mike said. He's like, well, maybe they had different types of bows then, you know?
Yeah.
And that's where Joe was like, yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. That's so funny.
but anyway, so
what did we have up here? Not to cut that off.
I don't know. I can never read it.
I know.
You
We
This is
don't
why we
have
got to get a
our-
big screen.
Man, lost my
I think he
phone.
said something else. I think we'd have to backtrack.
We do need to backtrack, but I feel bad when we don't. Let's see.
you
Hold
see
on.
it?
Let me read.
Oh my God, we're blind. We're trying to read the
Okay,
Instagram
for me,
Live
morning is preferred
comments.
To start fresh, but I also enjoy a shower before bed. In the Philippines, we don't have hot water in all our homes, so we have a very cold shower, then step out and sweat. Okay. Scroll.
Okay. I'll scroll for you.
Discipline for toddlers is healthy. Love it. Okay. Man, I lost my comments. Hold on. Keep it going, guys.
Who is this?
This is Eric.
Oh.
It's one of your friends. I don't think I've met him.
Oh,
Just
alright,
enjoy
yeah.
Unity, you have a disagreement, right?
Anyways, he's back on the. That was back when we were talking about.
Yeah.
But anyway,
yeah.
so I'm listening to this podcast and I start thinking, I'm like, see, this is why I was like, maybe, this would be a good high conversation. But we can also go deep in the mental aspect of this because it's quite possible.
Right.
So do you think it's possible that humans could revert back to cavemen or apes? Like look, like we just like only focus on ourselves so much, and like everything is like falling in on us, and we're just like not caring about other communities and people, and then we just like turn into savages, like, and then say something, as culture breaks down or society and we don't have the luxuries that we've always had. I mean, I'm not saying that this is going to happen, but it could happen, I guess, right? And whatever you call climate change, and it's affecting the weather patterns, and we can't grow crops, and then like people are like killing each other. Like maybe we're reverting back to, because everybody talks about how like humans are like just constantly evolving and whatever, right? And then that might be so for some, but for others, they might be reverting back. I don't know. I just thought there might be something there that we could keep talking about, but you can be like, no, Joe, that's dumb. But do you see if like we were smoking weed, that this could go deep?
Yeah, it can go really deep. Yeah.
See, it's not as I should have saved it for a day we were going to smoke or something.
But I could see that happening in the event that, right, so like let's say if like, food becomes scarce, right? Mm-hmm. Crops are gone, stuff like that, right? Let's say something happens and we're no longer getting stuff from like China or wherever we get stuff from, right? Shit just starts happening due to politics and all this stuff, right? And so therefore then we get to a place where now we're kind of having to go to regress because we no longer have certain things that we had that we were living off of. And then I could see it getting real savage, of course, because it's like, well, now I got to fucking survive. And then it becomes just strictly about survival.
Right. So, easy money and easy food create a society like we live in, right? They make it like not a non-savage society, right? It's like what's the word for that? That's
There's a word for that?
Well, for those types of people that are like, what the fuck is the word?
I don't know what you're trying to say.
Like, the opposite of savage.
Not savage?
That's what I just said, and you just said you don't know what I'm saying.
So, opposite of savage. So just someone who's, I guess, less, like, inclined to just fucking go balls out.
Anyways, there's a word for it, but who cares? Yeah, but like money, or that's what we use as like exchange, and that's prior to that it was like I'm taking your fucking sheep right now, or you're bartering or something. You're giving,
which I could see it going back to that again in the event that those pieces obviously have to start falling first,
Right. Which they kind of are. We're getting red flags now of something like that with like inflation and like we've had inflation before, but it's like this is a different kind where it's like we have $24 trillion of debt that no country has ever been able to pay off even half of that before, and we are not going to be able to pay that back. So everybody's like, okay, so what are we doing? And we just keep kicking the can down the road and creating more money, which is creating the scenario. It's not going to happen tomorrow, but it could be the beginning of it.
I mean, this is why when I watched that show, The Walking Dead, I know it sounds really crazy example, but when I did watch The Walking Dead became a show for me when I was watching it that no longer was really about the zombies. It really wasn't about the zombies anymore. Like, that's how it started. It was a whole like zombie thing, da 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 da. But like, it actually was more so about like just the world getting to this point of survival, and there's no food and there's no this, and people have to basically fucking make their own communities and fucking, you know, protect with guns and all this stuff because people are savages, and they're like, well, we need to basically come up with a plan to somehow get together with this community because we need XYZ and blah 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 blah. And people were killing each other because it was survival. And that's kind of what the show became about to me. The zombies were just there as like extras, basically, you know, just to make shit more inconvenient. But that's what it was. So when I look at that focus, I'm like, yeah. I mean,
Also, what people don't realize is that like this mentality of like, you know, just trying to survive and just do what you need to do to get by. That's only a couple generations ago. Like our grandparents touched on that probably when they were younger, and their parents, you know, so our like great grandparents, even like our parents had like probably a little taste of it, you know. So we're only talking like 100 something years, that was normal everywhere. 150 years ago, 200 years ago, it's like nothing, right? So nobody says that shit can't come back around again.
I mean, honestly, there's so many things that are happening today that I would have never thought was going to happen. So at this point, really anything can happen. And
Literally anything could happen. Aliens are next.
And I would not be shocked, which is why I will be prepared for whatever outcome.
What if aliens came down right now? What if they're, I don't know, who cares what they say? But what if like
if they came down and did what?
Let's just say like they just made themselves be known by the media. They actually took video of these people coming from some spaceship and walking out. They're neutral at this point.
Right.
We don't know whether they're
I don't know what they would do,
bad, or whatever,
yeah,
but they exist.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I would just, I'd be mind blown still, but then I would be like, okay, I guess aliens exist. I mean, what? Unless some shit was going to go down, the only thing I really would care about, even in that kind of situation, would be just making sure that we are together. See, whenever I think about stuff going down, like if it was like a war or like, you know, some crazy thing happening, my first thought in that whole thing with all that shit is that we're all together.
Yeah.
I would hate for something to happen like I'm at Stop and Shop and like you're, you know, at work and then Soul's like at school, you know, like then it's like, well, shit, like.
Well, that's the likelihood, but that's not even that bad. I mean, that's like.
No, because then it's
away.
Like, but that's the shit that creates families not being able to find each other because all this crazy shit is happening.
Because you watch way too many fucking movies. I mean, maybe if like I was in another state or something, yeah, that would be annoying because they probably shut down flights and shit like that, you know. But as far as it's still like being like a couple miles apart, I mean, that's.
If there was bombings, active bombings.
Yeah, you gotta.
Look at the Ukraine, like.
Yeah, but listen, they're not like fucking. There's not like a bomb dropping on every single street, 24/7, every single second of the day. Like,
well, how often were they bombing in the Ukraine? Looks like they were bombing like.
Probably a couple times a day. I don't know. But like, you don't know where it's going to be, but like, you got to risk it. So I would like be like, okay, like, Aaliyah's car got blown up at Stop and Shop freaking, 10 minutes away.
Cell phones aren't going to be working.
Yeah. I'm going to take the risk or whatever and drive, and maybe the road gets bombed, but it is what it is.
Well, we need a plan because my first thing is I'm going straight to Seoul, so wherever she is, that's where I'm going.
Well, we all just rendezvous back home. That's the goal.
That's the goal. That's the meeting spot. Yeah, and then I got to take care of this guy.
Oh my God, Euro.
Euro would be the worst in any kind of fucking, oh my God. Like, I've always told myself that in the event that there was a zombie apocalypse, I would have to, guys, I hate saying this out loud.
We did talk about this.
I hate saying this out loud. And please forgive me what's going to come out of my mouth, but I'm thinking about this as logically as I possibly could in a very irrational, hypothetical situation. In the event that there was some shit that went down that had to do with zombies, okay?
Why zombie? Just zombies?
Yeah, of course.
That's it. Any other scenario?
Zombies or any kind of alien or creature that we have to hide from and who can't see us in some way, shape, or form. We have to be quiet and we have to go like do shit. In that kind of situation.
Because this motherfucker cannot be quiet at all. Just him walking is like... and he's always like fucking licking and
we'd have to run.
And
We'd have to be running. He can't run. The guy will fucking be like...
We literally went for a walk like a freaking not even a quarter mile the other day, and he freaking almost passed out.
He can't run, okay? He can't run, you guys. And so my thought process is... so hard. Rather than see him get eaten by a zombie because he wants to just fucking chill and not run with us, because he won't, all right? And rather than see him die in front of my eyes, I would much rather, as his mother, I don't know,
lovingly kill him.
lovingly put him to sleep. Medicine, something.
We did have this conversation before.
He'd have just a nice goodbye. We'd be there with him and just rock him and cradle him to a nice place, because there's no way he would survive or we would survive if he was in the picture.
I always said like we just like leave him somewhere or whatever with like
no,
some
but
food.
I can't. There's no way I can. And then have to think that something's gonna go in there and just rip him to shreds.
Or when it's all over, we go back there and he's alive. He survived. He figured it out.
But Euro can't be quiet.
Maybe in this scenario when he's by himself, he is. I don't know.
Oh my God. This has been a serious conversation. I know this may sound crazy for you guys, but I have actually had this conversation several times.
Okay, so my reverting back to caveman, no comments on that. That's just like you can't even think about it unless you're high. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I don't think I can go that far with that. I don't have that mindset right now to go down that path. I feel like I touched on it, and that's about as much as I can give you.
Yeah. I knew it was going to be like that.
Well,
see, that's why I could. You're like, well, this is going to, what are we going to talk about the whole time? I'm like, well, this might last about 5 minutes. I might have something. So what else you got? You know?
I will actually open up if anyone else is kind of struggling with this, because I will say I am, and talk about, I've been having some real difficulty lately with just like, well, number one, my ulcerative colitis. For those of you who don't know, I shared in several other episodes, I have ulcerative colitis.
That was the butt stuff episode.
That was the butt stuff episode. And I'm inflamed right now, so I'm having I just have inflammation. And so when that happens, life's not like, I guess, like the best thing, meaning like I lack energy, even more so, lack motivation. I feel like I weigh like 10,000 pounds. I'm hungry, but I'm not. And then there's other stuff that goes down that you're going to have to listen to in the butt stuff episode. And so that's going on with me right now. And between that and then my weight, I'm having some serious weight issues right now. And I've never had, I wonder if anyone can like relate to me, because I've never had weight issues. I've always been, like 145 was always my like, that was it, And then...
Well, you're tall too,
Yeah. And then I went to 135 before I got pregnant. And then even while pregnant, the highest I got to was 155. And like, I mean, I hate even saying it out loud, but seriously, like today I'm like 158. And it really is like, it's fucking with me a lot. I'm starting to feel very, what's the word? I guess maybe like insecure even a little bit about my body. I don't really feel sexy. Now I kind of feel like, after we had that conversation, I feel like weird even like being naked in front of you now, because now I'm like, oh my God, all he sees is this like fucking 40-year-old, like not worked out, like nasty body, like that's just like there, and I'm struggling with it because the mindset that I've always had prior to this was that I just never had to do anything to maintain the body I had. So I've lived with that thought process and that belief system for a really long time. And now, having had a kid and now being 40, I have to literally restructure my whole belief system to, okay, well, now you have to actually do something. And that may not sound like a big deal to some people, but like, it actually is a big deal for me because I'm really in conflict with it, where I'm just like, I just want it to just happen the way that it was. Again, like, I know it sounds dumb, but like, I just want it to happen the way that it did. It just, I didn't have to do anything. It just happened. And now it's like, I have to like do stuff that I get logically, and like I understand that, but my thought process has to be changed. And so I'm having a really interesting go with it. It's interesting. Like always when you go through new things in life, you know, like at no matter what age you are, but when you go through new things in life, you find out more about yourself, right? Like you learn more about yourself, and I'm learning a lot about myself now. I think I'm learning that I never realized, I think, how maybe focused I was on just like keeping this like, you know, this like physique that I had and just my external body. Like I knew that I was like, you know, like self-absorbed and like conceited, you know, like sometimes like I knew that. I'll willingly say that like in my past life, but like I didn't realize how serious it was until this happened. And now I'm like having a whole like I'm having to really reprogram.
Well, first off, I'm really proud of you for even like bringing this up on the podcast, because I didn't, like, I was thinking, I was like, oh, maybe I wonder if she's gonna like talk about it, but you know, I didn't think you were gonna. So that's a big thing. Kind of.
Yeah, no, it's really
holding yourself accountable.
I almost cried today. I literally almost cried today. I was at the playground with my friend Kate, and we were talking, and I could probably even cry right now. And I don't know if that's just because I'm just like really like, I don't know, I'm just like a low energy with the colitis and shit like that. But like, it really is like bothersome to me. Like it really is. Like, and I know that I know I have to do something, and now I have a plan. I spoke about it with my friend, and I think I have a good plan, and I feel good about it, and I'm going to get back into that. But I'm just like, I'm just sad about it. I'm just not feeling myself.
Yeah. So we were like talking about this last night, and you know, I was trying to explain to you that like she tells me about this stuff, you know, and like I'm on one hand I'm trying to be supportive, and on the other hand I'm trying to be honest, and sometimes those things are like conflicting almost, and really, you know, I should just be the support. I should be supporting her in whatever she's trying to do, and like whatever, you know, conclusions she comes to. I mean, we're always having conversations about like, but with, you know, which direction.
With the support that people give, I think sometimes comes like maybe resistance with being just like honest.
Yeah.
Because supportive is supposed to be like this, you know, supportive, like I'm here for you if you need something, or like, you know, type of thing, versus like telling someone the truth about something.
Yeah, I think people like misconstrue, is that a word? Those two things, where it's like they think like being supportive is like not telling the person.
Isn't working.
What audio is not working?
I don't know. Eric just said that.
Eric
said that the audio is not working. We've been talking this whole time and our audio isn't working.
Well, I don't know. Maybe it's just on live, but I mean, we're recording.
Oh yeah, because we're recording.
I think it's on his end. He doesn't know.
No, it is working because the other guy.
Yeah, the other guy.
The other
just
Eric
commented.
actually
That's
commented.
what I'm saying.
That's
so
right. That's
check
right.
your phone, Eric.
Yeah.
Restart.
Go ahead.
The other Eric.
Yeah.
Man, and it just interrupted this whole thing.
Yeah.
So, anyways, so yeah, I think people mix up like being supportive as like not being honest. So This is a very common question, I think, in relationships, right? The wife comes up to the husband and is, "Am I fat?" And the husband's like, "No, not at all. Everything's fine," right? When in his mind, maybe he does think that she's overweight, and maybe he does think that she needs to do something, but he's trying to be supportive to her, but he's not accomplishing anything. Maybe in that moment, feels as though he's avoiding some sort of conflict or whatever.
Or he doesn't want to make her feel bad, right?
He doesn't want to hurt her feelings, right? So I think we talked about this a long time ago. Actually, we have a goals list that we wrote down, and this is on there, right? It's honesty over feelings, right? So so I had to find a way to say I have noticed actually that you have gained a little bit of weight, and I understand that it's because of XYZ or whatever, but at this point, okay, well, we've been talking about this, so what are you going to do about it, right? And anyways, so there's that, and then there's the other point of okay, what are you going to do? And in my opinion, it's not so much about the physical working out at this time, because you have the inflammation. It's an ongoing thing until you get that under control. The inflammation adds to it, right? So once you get that under control, then you can start doing all these other things to reduce, or stay active and work out and whatever. But it's really about, I think, the diet and reducing the inflammation.
Yeah, I think that's what has to happen right now, because I just have no I have no energy right now. That's what it is. It's like when people have depression, they can lack energy and lack motivation. So to tell them to just go to the gym and work out is like a fucking impossible thing to do. Right, just getting there. That's basically how I feel mentally and physically, just with the colitis lack of energy piece, where it's even just getting myself to go do it, it's like this whole thing. Now, I can I can go take my kid out, I can go run errands, I can go do all those things, but I know I have to do those things, and they're things that are good to do, so I do it, but my energy level is still not
See, that what you just said is where you have to also
restructure. Yeah,
put another priority in there.
Have to health. With the working. Yeah.
So that's how I think now. It's
I have to.
I know I don't want every time you see me go to the gym, in my head, I'm like, fuck this fucking shit. I don't want to do this shit. But you see me going anyways, right? It's because I'm having that internal battle. And that's a priority. And I've decided this is going to be a priority for the rest of my life. So if I don't go, then every day that I don't go is adding to the fucking shit when I can envision myself down the road.
I'm going to go deeper with this, though, because I'm wondering if this also, I hear you. I do. And I'm not dismissing, how that whole thing goes for you, but I feel ever since 2.5 years ago until now, I've been literally going through a whole transformation, mentally and physically, huge. I had no idea what having a child in terms of that kind of transformation even entailed until I had one.
Yeah.
And I know I had postpartum. And I know it could last some quite some time, for just everyone's different, but I have had such, I feel a long road in terms of mentally and thinking about my body and just who I am as a person now. Honestly, now I'm okay, I'm a mom, but then it's but I'm not just a mom, right? I'm also this person and that person and this person, but I'm not able to tap into her that much because, well, we have a child, and so I feel throughout, okay, this is what it is. I feel ever since my mom, right? So ever since mom left and went back to Florida, prior to that, we actually had help, and we had a lot of help. But sure. when she left, I think from that point on is when I've really been lacking energy and feeling drained and losing sight of who I am as a person. And that's really fucking with me too. So it's really man, like whoever, like I really hope someone's listening to this or hears this who can understand and who has children and who's been through this or who like doesn't have help with their kids and who can totally identify just how like the transformation of just you as a person is like. So not only now did my whole body fucking change, you know, like which I'm still working on, but I changed, and I know that I changed for the better. Like I actually think that I'm way better now as a person than who I was ever even just before. But like, I don't know. It's
I think I know what you're saying. It's like, I mean, I've also gone through this evolution as well, but yours is more attached to our daughter, right? It's like you gave birth, and then it physically affected you,
Right.
mentally, and then so you're just. It seems like you're just kind of coming to the surface now of like really realizing that these things have been happening, and you're trying to like sort through it, right? And then everything's all happening at once here. I had something I was going to say, but I forgot now. I get it. You're just figuring it out, but it's like doesn't mean you're okay. It's like there's not like it's not the end of the world here. Like things
no, I
happen.
know
We're
this is
constantly
like
evolving.
it's not the it's not. I mean, I know it's not the end of the world, but like for me, it's like a really big battle I'm going through, and I think also the weather and living out here is really fucking with me too. I think that's a contributing factor because I feel very frumpy out here.
That's
with
another
just, like,
challenge too.
The clothes, and so now it's like in Florida, I always felt like just like sexy, like I always felt like, and not even just like physically, like I just felt like really like good, sexy energy. I was feeling myself. The weather was always great, and out here, I don't always have those moments, and I'm like, oh God, like
Yeah, it's definitely it's a variable of things.
Yeah. It's
What
lots
I
of
was going to
different
say
things.
before was with like with a lot of women, I think, and even dads too, I guess, is where when they have kids, they go through the same process. Maybe a lot of them aren't aware that they're going through it, right? And then it just becomes all about the kids. Everything you do is about the kids, and they lose sight of who they are, what their goals were, and like what they want to accomplish in life. You know what I'm saying? And there is a balance, and it can all be done, but it's hard to just do everything by yourself, right? And when you're like taking care of a kid and you don't have any support, and like, especially single moms that like do like go on to have like very successful lives, that blows my fucking mind.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
even
right.
understand it. Like that's like a superhuman, because it's hard enough with the two of us, and we're like, we need help. And, when you got a single mom that fucking crushes it, that's crazy. It's fucking nuts. But yeah, losing sight of who you are and what you want to be is
Well, and then
hard.
like I almost feel like I'm in quicksand. That's what I feel like. I feel like I'm like just literally like in quicksand. I'm like slowly kind of like going down in it. And so visually, me getting sucked into the quicksand is like me turning into this like, I'm sorry if I'm like offending anybody, but just I never wanted to, this wasn't me, like turning into just like the mom that just like is just wears just baggy clothes all day and just like doesn't really like like and just whatever, like I can't explain
Grumpy,
it, but
lazy, watching TV all the
just
time,
lazy,
like whatever.
or just kind of like, oh my God, I'm so tired, like work is done, all I want to do is just do nothing, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Like I always had these like thoughts of being like still like active, and like for the most part I am active, but like not as active as I would like to be, and like just doing more things and still feeling sexy. Like when I hear a woman talk about how sexy they felt when they were pregnant, I feel like that should have been my sign right there, because I did not feel fucking sexy when I was pregnant at all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I did not really enjoy being
There's
pregnant
like
so
literally
much.
a handful of days I remember like you feeling like good. about it.
Handful when I'd be like, ooh yeah, but
Yeah.
like I did not enjoy it. I didn't feel myself. I didn't look. I did not really like looking at myself. I just didn't like it. I did not have that experience. But when I speak to women who did, they're like, oh my God, I felt so sexy when I was pregnant, blah, 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 and all this stuff, and da, da, da. And I'm like, man, like, I wish I, like, how do I wish I had that. And then I feel like my lack of sexiness when I was pregnant has dribbled into now this, like, transformation I'm going through of just life and my body and everything. And I'm just like, so that's the quicksand. The quicksand is just me getting sunk into this fucking hole that I like don't want to be in.
But there's all, like I said, there's a bunch of variables of why you feel this way, probably, right? There's the transformation, the whole physical transformation, mental, having the baby, going through the whole postpartum shit. But there's also like the weather and moving and all this other stuff. Really, it's just, like, if you just pick one of those and just focus on it, like, all right, if it's the weather, okay, well, just see the bright side of it. Weather's turning around right now. So here's your opportunity where you're going to feel like you're in Florida in the next like month here. Get all these other things done. But also keep it in the back of your mind. Know that shit's coming back. And what are you going to do when it's fucking December out here?
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you have to
it's like a hard...
that's the other thing that, like, so you've been in Florida for a long time. I know you like grew up in New York, but you didn't have like an adulthood in New York in this environment, right? And
Right.
I did. So like I know, and I've like left and come back, and I've lived in Minnesota, which is even fucking colder than this. So like there's this mentality that people that live in the cold have to have if you want to keep everything flowing. Like that's why there's probably a lot of people like live in cold weather that, you know, a little bit overweight, some little depression, whatever, doing different things because it's the weather and all these other variables. But if you want...
Well, I feel like it's just also cheaper, like, all around. I feel like to live in those states that are, like, colder.
Yeah.
Minus New York.
Basically, you just have to figure out that, like, what are your goals? If your goal is to not be that person, then you got to think of all the things that you have to do to not be that person. And literally write them fucking down and then start doing one of them a day.
I know, but Joe,
right?
and like, and I hear you, I do, but you also like, and yes, that's basically the goal. The goal is to basically get to a point in your life where you can start implementing and doing what it is that you're doing. But man, inner dialogue, inner conflict, you know, stuff that we tell ourselves, belief systems, all that stuff, having to restructure. It's not easy. So it's like, that takes a whole process, you know, like, especially like to change a way that you've been thinking or a belief system that you have had for, let's say, fucking 30 years or whatever is very difficult.
But you don't have to change your thought system.
But I do, actually. A piece of this is that, though.
I guess. I mean, but like execution is everything, right?
But execution is the behavior. Behavior is actually coming. You don't have a behavior without the fucking thought.
Right. But you're openly discussing these things, so that means that you are aware of.
I mean, it starts with awareness. Yes, I understand that, but I still have to now restructure certain belief systems that I have in order to actually implement the stuff that I, you know,
I guess
want to do. So like right now, my plan right now is to, so I'm going to go back, I'm going to rewind a little bit, and I'm going to focus on kind of like the eating stuff. So take out some of this excessive snacking that I do, cereal at night, blah, 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 like all that whole entire thing. You know, go back to like what I was doing. So like my breakfast is pretty decent. Like I eat oatmeal and bananas and raisins and spirulina and smoothie and fucking shit like that, eggs. And then for lunch, I'm going to go back to like what I was doing before, which is like hard boiled eggs and then maybe like rice cake with like peanut butter and like some fruit, you know, like something like, protein bar, which I really actually like to have. And then maybe like at night, you know, we always eat
fish.
We eat health. Yeah. So like fish, I actually need to start eating more salmon because salmon is really good for inflammation. So I want to start eating more fish and then just like, you know, keep it basic with the snacking. The snacking is where
it's the sugar.
It's
really.
The sugar. That's really what I need to really focus on. So then on top of
carbs,
that,
just remember through this process, carbs are sugar.
I know that.
Okay.
And then along with that, I'm going to go. So my amazing friend Kate is a like really intense speed walker. I don't know if I told you, but like she's a really intense power. No, I mean like I wish I was exaggerating, but I'm not. Like,
But she's just doing it not to like
no,
be healthy.
she does it to no. She just today she was like, understand when I go for a walk, it's not leisure. Like I'm like walking to like work out. Yeah, and I was like, okay. So and she's like the fastest walker I've ever fucking met in my whole entire life.
She's little
she's
thing
like,
too.
so fast. So she was like, do you want to start walking? And I was like, oh, if I'm gonna walk with anyone, it's gonna be fucking Kate.
Yeah, that's not just like a fuck around walk.
It's not a fuck around walk. It's like she is. And now I live where there's like hills and shit. So it's like even more like of this thing.
I mean, around here that could be pretty good.
So we're gonna walk and do like serious power walking thing up the hills and
like
everything.
with your hands, like
serious. No, that's how she's really insane. So we're gonna do that like 2 days a week. Okay, so I'm gonna do that and then focus on the diet, and that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm gonna get some squats in there, just because I actually really like doing squats.
Are you still gonna do that workout thing?
Fabiana?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely gonna fit her in. But I'm not gonna like feel bad if I like wasn't able to get her in. I think right now I need to take a step.
Yeah, it's more about the diet.
And I feel like I have to get to a place where my motivation and everything is kind of shifting a little bit more.
Yeah.
And then once I hit that, I could be like, okay, now I'm on to the next, but like, it's just, it's really been like a rough, it's not, I'm sure it's not fun for anyone, whether you're male, female, trans, whomever, right? But it's not fun for just me being a woman, being a mom, like not feeling sexy or like, or like desired by your husband, because sometimes I feel like that,
That's, you do know that's your own feelings though, right?
Yes, I know that those are my own feelings, but like, that's just because it's in my head of my own insecurity of my body,
Yeah. As long as it's about you and you're not doing any of this for anybody else, you're doing it for yourself. That's the main focus, I think, really should be. Don't you agree?
So I do agree. On the other side of things, I will also say that I feel like I need some motivation. And so some of that motivation is coming from a place of, I want you to look at me and be like, my fucking wife is hot. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's hot as shit, like everything, like, and I feel like right now, you're like, yeah, my wife is hot because I'm your wife. And you love me. So therefore, I'm hot just automatically, But if I wasn't your wife and you saw me on the street or in a bathing suit or something like that, would you be like, man, that's someone who's really healthy right now?
Yeah.
Right. No, you wouldn't. This is right. Like, this is, like you wouldn't. So like, I want to get to a place.
I mean, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't think anything. I'd just be neutral about it. I'd be like,
you would look past me because you would see an unhealthy body.
Well, this is the weird thing though, because when we met, you weren't that healthy either, and you were a little bit overweight.
Well, I was bloated because of my colitis. That's actually because I actually, when we met, I weighed 145.
Like when
but
we
I was
went
so bloated and so inflamed.
When we went, no, what was that? Was that Chicago? When we get that picture.
To Wisconsin.
Yeah, we get that picture where you had the plaid.
Oh my God, I was so inflamed. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's when we met. So that's the weird thing about all this. Like,
yeah, but understand, I was 145 and bloated. Now I'm 158 and bloated.
Maybe that's
so there's still like, there's a difference.
Yeah.
And I had a baby. So now, actually, here we go. I was 37 at 145, never had a kid, and bloated. That's when you met me. Now I'm 40, had a kid, and bloated.
Maybe like my subconscious
and 158.
My primal brain back then when I was when you meet somebody, it's pretty proven that like you're just thinking subconsciously. There's a level, right, that you're thinking like, that's somebody I would like to procreate with, right? There's a level of that.
I wouldn't say I think that I want to procreate.
No,
I would just
like
be
a
like, that's someone who I want to have sex with.
Like a subconscious thing. Like as human species, like we are attracted to the other person for those reasons.
But if
Those-
I'm attracted to someone just physically, let's say, I'm just attracted to you physically because I want to have sex with you, not because I want to have a kid with you.
but if you go back once again, caveman days, right? If you're a woman caveman, you want to have sex with a guy, that means you want to have kids with him because there was no fucking like condoms or fucking some other shit. You're basically like, yeah, that's a guy that I.
But they didn't know that back. That wasn't the thing.
This is the instinctual thing that I'm talking about. That like you just. So what I think in my mind, I was like thinking maybe subconsciously, like okay, like she's younger, like. She's good looking. She's very smart. There was a lot.
Oh my God! So you didn't even what you're saying right now. Though. It's
No. At the time, I'm
you were
trying to put myself back in.
She's good looking. She's this. She's smart. Da 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 da.
I'm trying to put myself
Maybe
back.
what? Her body will get better as she gets older. What were you thinking?
Yeah, no, like no, because I knew what was going at that time though. When we took that picture, we had been dating for a while, so like I don't think you were like inflamed when I first met you either.
We weren't dating. You do know that we moved in together, like at 6 months of being together.
Yeah, when we were in Wisconsin, were we?
No, we were not living
we were
together.
Not living together. Okay.
I was like 4 months in, 3 months in.
All right. So what are you saying?
You met me when I was bloated.
Like that day at Milk Money in Fort Lauderdale.
You
were bloated.
Most likely bloated because I was drinking my life away and fucking smoking cigarettes and fucking doing all this stuff.
So I was attracted to you then. So there you go. There you go. I'm listen. I'm talk thinking right now. I'm trying to put myself back then. So I was attracted to you then. So, I'm just saying like maybe in my mind I was like, all right. And then once I got to know you and I knew that you had this inflammation, I was like, okay, well, get that under control and then like she'll be more healthier. It's always about health with me. Not so much about like
Wait,
obviously
no,
I don't
I'm
want
not
you to be like a
focusing-
zillion pounds. And
Yeah,
like,
I'm not.
but-
I'm not focusing on that as I just am more of like a healthy physique. Just
Yeah.
like that's it.
yeah. I
I don't even care. I don't care if let's say I still was at 158, but this was toned, right? Like so this was healthier, toned, and then this was like thick. Let's say even if I had thick but toned, I don't care. As long as it's just healthy, and toned.
Yeah.
Like I don't care about my weight. I could weigh 158 and that could just mean that I have like muscle, or I don't care,
Yeah. I mean, how tall are you?
5'9".
5'9". Yeah. I mean, if you weighed 158 and you were like cut up, like you'd be like a bodybuilder almost. Like
I don't want to be a bodybuilder, but like
because muscle weighs more than fat, so
yeah.
like you'd be pretty. So, anyways, I think you got things to do, but I mean, it's got to do with your diet and
Not to cut you off, I also feel as though I did. That was a tricky conversation we had last night and the night before because, and actually we had like amazing sex the other night, right? Like on Friday, it was like really truly like groundbreaking. I like cried.
Yeah,
it
this
was
is
like
like-
really like it took me back to the first night that we met. I was like, this is amazing. And then right after that, we somehow got into this conversation about my fucking body.
well, you start asking the questions, and like I can't lie to you.
And then when you said that you see it in my arms, which I'll never forget because that's like embedded in my mind. And I was talking to Kate today about it, and I was like, yeah, well, he said that. And I mean, like,
See, I don't want to be the one. Why do I have to be the one that tells you this?
I was like, I guess I needed to hear that. And she was like, did you? And I was like, actually, did I? Yeah, did I? She's like, because now you have it in your head. Now you're fucking focusing on your arms.
Listen,
I'm like, I am.
I think you needed to hear it, but not from me. Like,
Right.
I think somebody else could have easily told you that.
Right. Like a personal trainer, let's say, could have told
Mm-hmm.
me that, and I'd be like, okay, like. But
Right.
yeah, hearing it from you, I guess it was. But it sucks because I talked to you about so many things, and so it puts you in the middle. So
You've told me plenty of things about myself that I'm just like I don't. You telling me is probably more of like the things like about my dad or whatever, right? Like those.
but that
I
has
should-
nothing to do with your body.
Yeah, but maybe a therapist should have told me some of those things or something. Like
Really?
somebody else.
I would
don't-
have liked for you to tell that. I don't mind.
Yeah.
that on a clinical level, I'm totally mine. Tell me what you see and hear about me that is not something that I see and hear, you know? But weight, I feel like weight is such
Well,
a...
you've just chosen weight as like I could choose my dad's thing as being that sensitive.
Oh, but that could be
topic.
for you. Yeah, totally.
You know what I'm
totally,
saying?
Totally,
so you're just
totally.
choosing this
right.
particular
for
topic.
me, that's a sensitive thing.
Yeah.
For you, is the dad thing a
Could-
sensitive thing?
No, I think at the time it was kind of I got caught off guard and I
Yeah, I
didn't
think it
really
was
believe it,
sensitive at
and
the
then
time.
then it became sensitive for a minute.
You were
and then,
defensive,
Then I was
yeah.
just like, then once I realized, I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
It took me a little bit,
You
but
did get defensive.
but yeah, no, it's different things for different people. So
Totally.
you know, but weight in culturally has become a thing for women to be sensitive about through whatever TV shows, models, fucking commercials, whatever.
And what's so crazy now too is that like how like it's changed. So it's like it's not even like now my perception of a healthy body is like, you know, very like thin anymore like it once was, right? Remember like back in the day it was like all you saw were models that were like, you know, like runway model, which is like, you know, very thin, you know. Now it's like I actually don't like I want like a healthy, you know, like figure, and like I want to be like, you know, like I don't mind being thick, like I love that shit, you know. But it's for me it's just like I honestly feel like I don't know what it is, but after you have a baby it just
Extra hard.
it just doesn't look the same, man. It just doesn't look the same. Like I feel like had I not, let's say, had
Because
a
your
baby,
hips got wider, right?
everything
Your hips could
changed.
expand.
Here,
your bones are actually moving.
here's doing this weird thing. It's doing a weird thing here. It's weird. And so I feel like had I not, let's say, had a baby and gained some more weight, it wouldn't be as weird as it looks right now for me. But that shift.
Well,
after
another
having a
thing that
kid.
we talked about last night was like, I explained to you that I have been talking to you about these things. I was speaking to you about this before you even got pregnant, about the whole process and staying active while you're pregnant, so that way when you give birth, then you can bounce right back. But you choose to listen to what you want to listen to.
I had no energy to do anything.
I know, dude. Listen. That is not an excuse, I think, because I don't have energy to do shit. I wake up every fucking morning when my back is in fucking pain.
No, it's not an excuse, but I mean, like,
Listen, all right, the being pregnant, okay, all right, I get it. But I'm just saying the excuse of saying I have no energy, I have no motivation or whatever. Every person, every bodybuilder, every fucking cyclist, every fucking guy that you see fucking accelerating, or woman or whatever, accelerating at any thing and looking the best,
yes,
they hate it. They don't want to fucking do that shit. They do it because they tricked their fucking mind and said, fuck that shit.
Joe, you always dismiss, and I do hear what you're saying, and I do think that's valid, okay? On the other side, I do believe that there are some situations, maybe not all my situations, but maybe some situations out there where I do believe it is an excuse, and a very valid one.
Well, there's also other variables with that too. It could be these people are on some sort of prescriptions,
right?
Or
medication, SSRIs
that are changing mentally, or changing their ability to even motivate themselves, right?
Yeah.
So that's one thing,
Again, depression, it's another thing. Mental health.
That's
stuff.
why I say wipe all that shit out.
If there's another medical, like Lyme disease, I hear that that's like another one. Like if there's like something like that, I think that those are pretty valid.
Yes.
I'm not saying that, but they're valid.
Yeah, but really, in reality, most likely these people, if they're not like fucking some crazy person, or not a crazy person, but somebody that's just born like that or whatever, is probably they need some sort of detox, like a serious detox, whether it's a heavy metal detox or all heavy metal and like intestinal fasting, all kinds of shit. You're gonna need a reset. If you're feeling to that point of like fucking you don't want to do shit, there's a reset that needs to happen in your body.
Yeah,
one way or another.
That's true.
And you can get back on track without drugs. Once again, you need guidance, somebody that's gonna guide you through it and support you and push you to the next level and stuff like that. But like, I get it. I mean, listen, I get it. You deal with people on a regular basis through through your work that have
When
that
you
struggle
say
with
drugs,
this.
when you say you don't need drugs to get through that, are you also including psychedelics in that pocket of drugs, or are you
Yes.
only focusing on?
No, I am.
Okay,
I mean,
I
you
just wanted
can.
to know.
Some of those psychedelics could help accelerate some of these processes, but you don't need to do that either. I don't know. Maybe not. I only know my mind, and I only know the. I guess I haven't gone through any kind of like traumatic struggles in my life, so I guess it's easier for me. But really, at the end of the day, it's all a fucking mental game we all play on each other.
I believe
ourselves.
you actually have gone through some traumatic struggles.
I'm sure.
But you
yeah.
don't really.
Okay. Well, fine. It doesn't matter though. I don't fucking give a fuck. Like it doesn't matter to me. I'm like, all right, fine. I went through some shit in the past or whatever. Okay. It happened. I'm aware of it. I went through it. I filtered through. I understand why I did it. I understand why I became who I am and where I want to be. If I'm aware of it, I can do something about it. That's my mindset.
But it takes you some time though, babe. There was a point when we were living in Miami, in North Bay Village, and you weren't really, you were able to not work and just not really, like, because you were able to do that. So you were just hanging out. You got to a really low point though. Like I remember, and you told me this. You were like, "Watch, what's going to happen is I'm probably going to get really depressed or something like that." Da, da, da. And you did. You got really, and you were like just a body. That's all you were. And I was like, "Oh my god, this guy is like sucking my fucking energy out."
Really?
Yeah. You were so depressed, and I was like, "Oh," and that was my first time seeing you like that because I'm so used to you being like the more positive, upbeat one. So when you flipped like that, I couldn't. My brain was like, what the fuck, because that's not what I see from you. But you were like really, and you were like that for a minute. Like it took you a minute.
Yeah. And I think like, I definitely went through a process as well through, your pregnancy and then when she was born and just like stress and all this other stuff. But I think my process was like, I kind of did it. I got through one level of it and then kind of pushed through and got to another level. And I'm still working, sorting through some of this stuff, and it's still evolving, but I think I'm like caught up. Like now it's like, I'm just waiting now for the next transition with our daughter, whatever the fuck that is, that's going to stress me out. Now I'm like, okay, I'm caught up now. Let's take a little break. I'm just going to watch the situation and see it evolve, and then I'll jump on top of it, But as before, I think I was behind. I was like, it's overwhelming, like too much stuff, But okay, yeah. But then, so you're saying that the timing, you're saying I wasn't able to just be like,
yeah, it wasn't
boom.
so quick because I feel like how you're talking about it is this like quick, easy thing. And the reality is that it's not always that quick and easy.
I guess,
and so I want to highlight that because I'm like, it's
all right. I see what
easy.
you're saying. So like, as far as like working out, like physical activity, for me, I've been working out since I was like fucking 16. So that is just embedded somewhere deep in my head.
For me, I have not.
Got to get back on that. Got to get back on that.
This is why I said it's a whole restructuring of a belief system that I've had for a very long time.
Yeah.
Tell someone who's ever worked out to fucking work out. It's like, I've never worked out. I don't even, like...
Yeah, I think
who never even wanted to work out, who never even looked at dieting, who thought all that stuff was just not even like, I was like, pish posh, like.
That's interesting. I'm just realizing. So okay, so there are things such as working out that are just, I've been doing it for so long. I stop working out sometimes and then I can get back on it because I tap back into that.
To that. I have nothing to tap back into.
Right. So which is another reason why I think now, moving forward since the past year or so, I've decided, okay, everything I do from now on is more steps. It's a bigger, longer process, not like it has to be done today. But there are things from my past, such as working out and staying healthy, that I've just been doing for so long that I'm just like, you could just fucking just do it, So I get it. But with new things with me looking forward, such as like businesses or whatever, developing whatever different projects and shit like that,
But you're
I
also
don't. I'm
programmed to
trying
do
not
that
to
too.
like.
You're also programmed to do that too. Like that's what you love to do. You love to start things.
Yeah. But I'm doing it differently now because I don't. There used to be like this rush of trying to get everything as much done possible right now, and then just be there waiting until I can do more stuff. Now it's like, hey, I'm gonna do it when I can get to it. I'm gonna be focused on it. I know that this is like a 5-year long thing or a 20-year long thing, as opposed to thinking like everything needs to get done as fast as possible so that we could just get this thing out, whatever it is, you know. It's that mentality is gone now. It's more about the process and enjoying every step of the way, you know. So I don't care. So now I don't care whatever it is, whatever the new next thing is. Even if say we had another kid or whatever, or unexpected or some shit, I'd be like, okay, and I just know that this is a forever thing. So let's get ready for that, and you just mentally prepare. So right now,
That's yeah.
you're like, okay, this is happening. Now I'm hoping this because we have gone through this before, but there were things that happened, such as having a baby.
No, but now I'm like, I guess this is not my fucking life.
This is your life, right? Like, so now you've had to go through this process to figure this out. But you know what? Speaking of the Joe Rogan and Mike Tyson, I mean, I only listened to maybe 15 minutes. There's some gems in there already. Mike Tyson says, you have to make mistakes and fail to become a master.
Well, yeah.
Right? So
that makes sense.
So whenever you're just going through the process, you don't know what you're doing, you're trying, and then you fucking, it doesn't work out. Just keep fucking going anyways. The goal is the fucking idea, the main focus. It doesn't matter what happens between here
like getting
and the
there.
goal.
Yeah.
You're up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. But just as long as every day you're getting a little closer to that, that's what makes it less overwhelming. Like you're overwhelmed right now because you're thinking about all the reasons of why you got to this place and blah, 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 blah. But it's just, here's the goal. That's why I'm saying, what's your goal? Is your goal to lose X amount of weight? Is your goal to not be inflamed? Is your goal to not be on prescription anymore? Maybe those are all your goals, okay? So fine, but have those goals.
Yeah.
Write them down, put them somewhere, say that's it. That's what I'm going for. And maybe this is going to take the next 3 years or 5 years or whatever, but every day, one thing, one little thing.
I mean, I do that.
Yeah, yeah. I'm always trying to explain this, and you're like, well, not everybody's mind thinks like that. But I'm like, that's just,
Because
I'm just saying,
everyone's mind does
saying
think that.
one thing today.
Yeah. No,
One.
yeah, I understand.
So that's actually, I'm actually playing it very like low, not a heavy burden. Like just pick one and
Listen,
do that.
I hear you. I actually give that as a suggestion for lots of my people who I work with to do. I'm like, look, take it slow. And rather than suggest they do 3 things, I'll be like, just do one. Just do one thing each day, da-da-da-da. But understand, it's still not an easy thing for someone to do when they have not been living that kind of life. So to do even one thing is actually a big deal. You know what I'm saying?
I get it.
So for me, I'm like, I don't even care if that one thing just so happened to be that you made your fucking bed. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever, like, or that you fucking, brushed your teeth, or that you went grocery shop, whatever.
Are you ever able to just like get them to be like just, is there a way to just erase the word like easy? Like I literally, every single thing that I do in my life now is hard. I know it's going to be hard. Me, like fucking at nighttime, if I want tea and I'm sitting on the couch and I'm just chilling and I don't want to fucking go do it, I'm like, it's going to be hard. I got to go fucking walk over there. Okay, that's a stupid, simple one, right? Like I got to go
but
fucking.
We have to walk to the kitchen.
But it's like, for some people, that's like the biggest fucking burden, right? Okay. But like everything is hard. There is no fucking easy. Like, whose life is easy? Nobody's. Not even the kid that gets like handed fucking millions of dollars. They have other problems, right? Nothing is easy. So
I wonder what Elon Musk's life is like.
It's definitely not fucking easy. He's got like fucking like 5 different multi-billion-dollar fucking companies. He's trying to go to the fucking Mars and shit. His life is not easy, but he knows that and he's okay with it and he fucking loves it. You have to love the hard because life is hard. But but you say it. I'm just saying that to communicate that to the general public. But when I say hard, there is going to be a point where you don't even notice it.
Right. It'll be easy breezy. That's like basically like now today I can sit and I can say that when, let's say, a anxiety based irrational thought pops up in my head, I don't dwell on it anymore. Like it pops up and now I'm like bam, you know?
Right.
But like years ago I wasn't able to do that, you know? So it's the same shit, right? So today,
Right. So that's the focus. You know that that's possible.
yeah, of course,
on
no, it's
any
possible.
level.
It's just, you know,
So-
it's just getting through. Again, this is just, you know, we gotta get through, gotta talk things out, process things, and then implement, and then, you know, so it's like a whole process to this stuff. But, we actually have to wrap up because I actually have to go hide some eggs and do all this stuff. But because it is Easter after all. But yeah, so my challenge in my life that I'm having today that I will be working towards and pushing through so that I can learn and grow and evolve is the challenge of my physical health. Physical health meaning not just my weight, but also like my colitis, my, you know, so physical meaning lots of stuff in there.
That priority needs to go up there with like taking care of our daughter type of thing, right? It's got to be at almost
Yeah.
the same level. If not, you know, like, because if you don't take care of yourself, how do you take care of anybody else,
Yeah,
right?
I know.
So
that's-
if not even like slightly even higher, like that needs to be up there. I mean, with everybody, you know, everybody's got their
Excuse me.
priorities, but you know, if your goal is to like live a healthy life into your like 70s and 80s, and we're like older parents, so that's what we talk about all the time of like hanging out with like our daughter when she's like in her 20s and 30s. Well, if we're gonna go do that and travel with her and be physically,
Gotta
you know,
be-
we need to do something now. So
Yeah.
anyways, I'm extremely proud of you that you brought this up, and this ended up being a very good conversation, I think. And I also hopefully it's helps others out there, you know, if they're struggling with whatever they're
Yeah,
going through. Or
hopefully. Yeah. So
you're not fat,
and
and I'm attracted.
I don't
to
even
you.
like that word fat. Like I hate that word. It's just such like a word. But like it's not even about, again, everybody has their own view of what they see themselves as, you know, how they want to see themselves as. I have my own view of just what I perceive to be something that is healthy or whatever for my life,
Yeah.
you know? And so when that's the focus.
But now that
everyone's different.
now that we're out of our 20s and 30s, it doesn't just happen. Like you actually
Right.
have to do lots of things. So whenever you guys out there, you see some like 60-year-old that's like ripped and like running down the road, those motherfuckers got a mind of steel. That is somebody that.
No, like Milton. I don't
Yeah.
understand how Milton, the man, the myth, the Milton. That's why we call him that.
But also, they could be lacking on other things. Maybe
Oh.
they're like me, where like they've worked out since they were like a teenager, so they're tapping into that all the time, tapping in, you know. But this process can take place on every aspect of your life.
Actually, this is a good question to ask Milton because Milton was never like, it's not like he always.
Because he was overweight when he was younger, right?
He was chubby.
Yeah.
He was chubby, and not
So there
even like when he
came a
was
point.
younger, meaning like in his like 30s, like he had meat on him, you know, like he was thick. So and now he's like this like Mr. Freegan, like, you know, and he did, I guess, always work out. Now that I'm like going back into time as me being a kid, so I guess he did always work out for a while, and then got into the running thing. I feel like there's a story there. I'm gonna have to ask him. there's something.
Well, there's something you could tap into too, because like I do tap into. I remember my dad. He used to like fluctuate a little bit in weight, but I remember he would always like be back. He'd play racquetball. He'd go to the gym. You know, when I was younger. So it's like for me, I can kind of tap into that a little bit too. I was like, okay, so he was at the time like my age, and he was doing those things, you know?
Right.
But I mean, he stopped doing them now, but I don't want, that's where I'm like, okay, I need to go
Gotta keep
beyond
going.
what he did. And that's, so I'm doing this for the next fucking 50 years. What I'm doing right now is what I'm doing for the next 50 years. Every day, all the time. Pushing myself mentally to get through these fucking challenges every goddamn day. And I don't want to fucking do it just like you don't want to do it.
So I actually, and I'll end on this note just to hold myself accountable because I'm saying it out loud. I actually did really talk about venturing down a personal trainer path, which was that place
Well, we found that
we
place, yeah.
found a place because, and I'm not sure if anyone else can understand this, but I am more responsive when someone else that
Authority
has
figure.
nothing to
Authority
do
figure.
with, but that's not emotionally, when someone else, teacher, professor, police officer, judge, like someone else, trainer, personal trainer.
I wonder if I was like a certified personal trainer, I had been doing it for 20 years, if you would listen to me. Probably not. I don't think you would.
Doctor who's not related to me, like any one of the, like if you're not related to me and you fit an authoritative figure role, I
loves
respond really well to that. So because of that, I feel like me having a personal trainer would actually work really well because I'd be like,
Yep.
okay, like okay, I'll do this, you
Yeah.
know?
Bob has been doing this for 20 years and,
Right.
you know, he's got a certification.
Right. So basically
And
what
I
I'm
pay him.
doing, just to also kind of give you guys a little hint on what I'm doing here because I know what I'm doing. You may not know, but I know what I'm doing.
And she always keeps it like a secret from me too. Like she's just like,
So yeah, but just to kind of give you an in of like,
she's already got this plan in her head.
I just know how I work. So
She doesn't want to tell me.
I know my brain. I know how I work. I know I have anxiety. I know I have certain needs and certain things, certain stuff that I've worked on over the years in therapy, but I know that they're still there. So in my mind, I think to myself, okay, so if I got this going on, how can I utilize this in a positive way where it's going to benefit me in a positive way? That's basically what I do. So I take my need to please someone, to people please, right? And to make sure that I don't like make someone disappoint. And I take that and now I'm going to put it in this trainer thing, okay? Because it's going to benefit me at the end of the day. Like I'd rather do it in this situation versus like you or my dad or because that has like deeper shit connected to it.
Right.
Versus like a personal
Then I
trainer,
don't have
I'm
to be
like,
involved.
I'm like, okay, you know, like fine, like you just now fit that role and I'm going to ride with it. This goes back to a conversation that I have with people regarding there are certain traits that you may have that are just there because they're a part of your personality and they may not be the healthiest. But they can be useful. So how can I take something that's an unhealthy characteristic that I've been using as unhealthy and how can I implement it in my life and start using it as healthy? So that's kind of what I'm doing.
Okay. Oh, so instead of just eradicating the unhealthiness,
Instead of just getting well, no, because it's like literally like it's a personality trait. Personality is difficult. Like you can't really like once it's personality, it's you know like this is like personality.
so interesting. I mean, this conversation could keep going. Like
Again, because I know myself. Like everyone's different, but with not only the knowledge that I just have because I'm a therapist, right? But also just doing my own work on myself, I already know that about myself. I know how my brain works. I know this, I know that, I know where everything, I know it all. I know the really unhealthy shit. I know no longer not to implement that stuff. I know blah, 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 blah. But I know that there are certain things that will always be there no matter what because of my personality. And now I find ways, okay, like how can I utilize this and how can I have it benefit me in a healthy way? If that means that I go to a fucking personal trainer because I know that I'm going to respond well to that, then fucking so be it. I'll go to a fucking personal trainer.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of how I
utilize it.
look at things.
So, but in a personal trainer situation, I mean, are you going to go a personal trainer forever? For like
No.
6 months, a
No,
year?
this is just to get me going.
Yeah, I think there needs to be a plan there, too.
I need a personal trainer to hold me accountable.
To get you to a certain point.
To basically help me to create a routine and structure in that area of my life so that then I can go and just implement it on my own without.
Right.
That's just what I need.
right? And then have Bob the trainer follow up with you years down the road.
I mean, he doesn't have to follow
well,
up with me.
well, because then I become the follow-upper.
But you
Because
don't need to follow up with me.
Well, then we're gonna have another podcast 5 years from now.
You don't need to follow
You
up
know,
with me.
I know you. Like. All right, hold on. The latest. I know we started off talking about your fucking dentist thing and how you learn to love to take care of your teeth.
Oh my God.
All right, yeah. For today, let's talk about. Remember this date, right? 5 podcasts from now, we'll bring it back up. We'll see where she's at with this flossing thing, and I can guarantee you, it's a little slide offish. I
mean,
only do it. I do it 3 times a week
really
now.
If anyone really knows how to floss the proper way,
It's a pain in the fucking
it's
ass.
a fucking pain in the ass, and it's really
See?
high maintenance.
Everything
it took me
is hard.
Fucking 30 minutes last night just to basically wind down and get to the bed and brush my teeth and do everything. So
Yeah, this is why everything we do now. I don't know. Maybe it's just something you do when you get into your 40s and you're like a parent or whatever. Everything you want in life becomes part of your life. You want good fucking teeth for the next 40 years, then you got to fucking spend a half hour every goddamn night flossing your fucking teeth.
I'm gonna have
This is my new life.
That's what I'm gonna be doing.
All right. Everything we want. It's hard. Just remember that.
It's all about loving yourself. It's all about the love that you give yourself.
Really, the main thing is creating self accountability. That's not an easy task.
We
right?
gotta get out of here.
All right.
So it's 3:58. Gotta cut this. Great podcast. Thanks for listening.
She's like, great podcast. Great podcast, you guys.
Hope you guys-
We just had, right?
Hope you guys get something from this. I'm glad I shared and was able to open up about that. And happy 40th podcast episode.
Yeah. 40. And Euro didn't interrupt us once.
Euro didn't interrupt.
And our daughter's still sleeping. This is
still
crazy. This
sleeping.
is like the perfect 40,
This is the
40
ultimate,
episode.
but I have to go hide eggs.
Oh, I'm going to go hide eggs. Okay.
All right, everyone.
All right. Love you guys. Bye.
Bye.